Viewer discretion is advised.
Today is October 1st, 2020. It's currently just before 8 o'clock in the morning. I am reluctantly heading out to location. The reason for this investigation is due to the fact that, some family members of mine are going to be out of town. Need someone to watch special needs dogs. Now this house, I'm going to happens to be of importance to me. It's the house where I grew up. And it's where two of my most life-changing moments took place. The first that occurred was me taking my own life and being brought back by the Archangel Michael, who, just before bringing me back, introduced me to a little girl that may be my daughter I have got to have. The second incident is the day that my grandfather lost his life to cancer. My grandfather basically raised me as one of his own. Being that I was the oldest grandchild, I was the one that had the most time with him. The reason why these both matter is because the same little girl who appeared to me when I died appeared near my grandfather. He could actually see her just before he passed. Ramblings of a dying man? Maybe. The room my grandfather died in was the room where I tried to take my own life as well.
Olivia.
Dad. Dad. Dad.
I'm standing in the middle of Murtaugh, Idaho. This town and I have a lot of history. I grew up here. Some of my very first ghost hunts were here. Just past this train car here. Side of my very first ghost hunt, right there. My grandfather used to actually be the foreman for the local highway department, so that's how I got in there. Surprisingly active location. Don't know how much of it's still going on. Honestly, I don't really care to come back to this town much. People aren't exactly very kind to outsiders. And a lot of times, they viewed me as the ultimate outsider. It's also a bit of an unfortunate reputation for these people that push individuals to taking their own lives. I honestly hate feeling like this, hate coming back here. Ever since the day my grandfather passed away, it hasn't really felt like much is left for me here. This is a heavily emotional case, and it is. It's preoccupied my mind for pretty much half my life. I'm only 24 years old right now. The incident where I first met Olivia happened when I was 12. It wasn't my first encounter with the supernatural, but it was definitely the most meaningful. At the time, I was living with my grandparents. Basically, there was, teenage rebellion phase, and it got to the point where my grandparents offered to let me live with them for a bit, and I took it up. Unfortunately, Myrtle, Idaho doesn't exactly have the best reputation with people. And it got to me. I'm not proud to admit how much it got to me, but it did. So, that paired with arguing with family members, I came to realize it felt like I wasn't meant to be there. Unfortunately, the state of mind I was in at the time exaggerated that, where I wasn't meant to be here, living on this earth anymore. I didn't want to be around. I don't want to be around that type of people, No one does. No one wants to get treated like that. Unfortunately, nowadays, it's gotten all worse. So that's why I try to do these things. I talk about my story because maybe it'll help somebody, and maybe it'll help Olivia's mom, whoever she may be. Anyway, so this part may be a little concerning to some viewers, but one night I finally decided it was enough. I tried to hang myself with my belt. There was a closet in my bedroom at the time. I tried to hang myself in there. The intent was to make it as quiet as possible, so whoever found me the next day would have no clue what was going on. To make that, I was honestly wanting to hurt people by taking my own life, but I don't feel like that anymore. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. For those of you who may be concerned about my well-being, I'm better, okay? I'm good. I'm here talking about it because I want to help people get out of that. And it's because of the thing that stopped me that I was able to pull out of it. That I've been able to work to slowly become the man who I am. So what had happened, I started feeling my life slip away, and all of a sudden this bright blue flash of light just pops out of nowhere, and I mean, this thing was powerful. It completely overrid my senses. I couldn't see, I couldn't hear, I couldn't feel anything. I just felt like I was floating in nothingness. A few moments go by, and all of my vision starts to adjust, and all I see is around me is just this vast blue void, for lack of better terms. And I could see things moving around me, and the best way I know to describe it was like being underwater. The way the things were moving around me. I tried to look around and see what was going on, see if I could make out where I was, but because I wasn't in the enclosed space of the closet anymore, I was in this vastness, and it just completely blew my mind. For some reason at the time, the only thing I was able to move around was my eyes. I started to be able to make out more details about what was going on around me. Then all of a sudden, my attention gets drawn to this bright figure that appeared in front of me. It looked like a person, it looked like a man, but his image was kind of blurry, like how mine
A little bit like mine is with my camera trying to focus solely on me in this dark room. It was enough. There was enough detail, though. I could make it had kind of like long brown, kind of a dark blondish type hair, kind of lighter skin. It wore a white robe. Naturally, that brought one image to mind, but historically speaking, the character we know as Jesus Christ nowadays, unless there's some sort of hidden scripture out there that archaeologists have yet to find that said he's a fucking albino, that was not his appearance, most likely. This guy, entity, whatever, I could feel emotion coming from him. It was caring, it was loving, it was concerned about what I was doing, if anything. But I didn't feel nervous. Naturally, I was, being in that situation, but the closer he approached to me, the more those feelings went away, and it was just the only thing that really remained was curiosity, if anything. Like, where am I? Who is this person that's in front of me? You know? And I think it's fair for anybody to have those thoughts running through their head in that moment. A few more details on the guy started to appear, then all of a sudden he stops right in front of me. And I could see what looked like a smile starting to peer through his image, for lack of a word. He said, Dakota, there's someone here to see you. It was this strong but soft voice. Like, it was commanding. It was leadership-like in a way. But it wasn't, it was more, come, let's do this. If that makes any sense whatsoever. So, after this guy spoke, he stepped aside, and there's this little girl behind him. The first thing I noticed is that this little girl looked just like me. Those who are watching this, who actually know my family, know that I have an uncle who I bear an almost identical resemblance to. Our mannerisms are the same. The way we move, the way we hold ourselves is the same. Our laughs are the same. We are so much alike that my uncle's kids will sometimes call me dad without realizing it. Just to illustrate this. And my uncle, this uncle in question, he has twin girls. This little girl that was appearing in front of me looked just like one of them. And I bring this up because later on, as I conducted the experiments for this presentation, she appeared again, and she looked just like her. Anyway, when she appeared to me initially, she was bawling her eyes out. She knew what I was doing. And my heart just sank because even though I had never seen this girl before or had no recollection of her, I felt guilty about what I was doing. And my heart just sank. And it was enough to where I was more present in the moment and was able to start moving around. My body just dropped to its knees as this little girl runs up to me and gives me this big hug. She looks me in the eye, and she had these big, beautiful blue eyes. And she says to me, "Daddy, please don't do it," before she gives me a kiss on the cheek. And for some reason, that ended the vision. After that, I would see her every now and then, just kind of poking her head around, smiling and waving, but nothing too substantial. Naturally, I want to know this, what is actually what happened. Is this actually my daughter who is somehow time traveling? I needed to know this. What did I just see? But I knew how crazy it sounded. I've honestly feared for years that I was going to get institutionalized or experimented on just to try to figure out what the hell's going on inside my head. I also knew that if they tried to medicate me, it would take that ability away to see her. I don't know how I knew that, I just knew it. The second major incident where she appeared, my grandfather passed away. He had been fighting cancer for about 5 years before that, and finally caught up to him. I was left in charge of keeping my sister and my cousins at the time and the family dogs locked in one room, so that way emergency personnel could have a clear path. They can walk in and out of the house as they needed to without having kids or dogs underneath their feet. This little girl, she knew this was an important date for me, so she appeared to check on me. And I told her it's okay, but can you just see what's going on in the other room? She did, and somehow I was able to see everything through her eyes. The part that was weird, though, is that my grandfather, during his last moments of life, said, "Hey, you need to get that little girl out of here." And this little girl, she even freaked out when she saw that because neither one of us knew that was even possible. It was shortly after that day that I finally gave her the name of Olivia. I asked her if she liked that name, and she said that was okay. The full name I gave her was Olivia Hope. I was running into so many dead ends in trying to research this thing over the years that I just wanted, if this little girl was going to keep popping up, I should at least give her a name, right? I couldn't keep just referring to her as the little girl. She was there. She helped me through a lot. For some ungodly reason, she was there to help me. I could at least know her name. And that was the first thing that popped into my head for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know where I got it. The most I've ever heard that name was because I happen to have like a second cousin whose name is Olivia. That's unfortunately, being that time travel is a factor here, we're going into the most confusing game of chicken and egg. The third incident, Olivia didn't stick around as long, but I actually got into a car accident. And just moments before the pickup truck hit me, I was alone in that car. And all of a sudden, Olivia pops up next to me just moments before impact, screaming, "Daddy, look out!" Then, after I got hit, that blue light came back. And I've only seen that 2 times before. Once during the first encounter with Olivia, and the second time, multiple occasions, when I could have very well have been dying from organ failure because my gallbladder was shutting down. And I vaguely remember seeing my dead relatives, who were confused as hell because I seemed to flicker in and out of what I firmly believe now was heaven. I was able to flicker my consciousness between heaven and earth. Familiar blue light came, and there was this figure that came out. It was my grandfather. Eventually I came to. The paramedics said, "Hey, big guy, you want to come with us?" I was like, "Yeah, I probably should." During the ambulance ride, they asked me, he's like, "So, Dakota, you feeling okay?" You know, all the usual questions. If you're not, then they go say, "If you're not feeling pain, why'd you come in the ambulance?" It's like, I looked at him and said, because after I got hit, I just saw my dead grandpa. You want the quickest way to freak out a couple of paramedics? Tell them that you got hit so hard you saw dead people. And they did CT scans. Nothing there that should have caused any sort of hallucinations whatsoever. There was not any sort of damage like some people theorized when it comes to these things. The fourth, and what I thought was the final time I saw Olivia, was when I was 19 years old. I lost my fiance. few months prior, and I was on a trip to Paris and Rome, and while in Paris, I was on a riverboat cruise. All of a sudden, I feel this tap on my shoulder, and I'm thinking, riverboat, I was standing in the way of someone's picture, and they were, gonna ask me, hey, can you scooch over? I was like, hey, oh, hey, sorry. So I looked over my shoulder, I was like, oh, hey, sorry. Then I realized who was standing behind me. My late grandfather, who grew back his hair. He actually looked younger. He looked like his pictures from a video that my mother put together for his funeral. He looked like pictures from when he was still in his 20s. My grandfather was in his 50s when he passed. And standing right next to him was Olivia. It's like, up until this point, I honestly thought that at least 2 separate women were Olivia's mother. One was a middle school crush who happened to start messaging me the day after the first incident took place. The second was my fiance, who passed away while pregnant with not my child. And she looked at me and said, Daddy, just keep fighting. Mommy's gonna need you to fight for her. Honestly, this brought tears to my eyes. But even though I've been looking for I've been going around all this time trying to figure out what happened, eventually caving, because I initially thought that religion was just a bunch of stories. Religious texts were nothing more than just a bunch of stories. Maybe they were true, maybe they weren't, I don't know, but after this, I'm not a believer. I know this stuff is real. I still needed answers. This whole, give it time, it's God's plan for you, wasn't going to work for me. I needed answers. How was that possible? How did my daughter move through time?
For the first experiment, Dakota will utilize an SB7 Spirit box as a source of white noise, the Perilous ITC Android application, and the microphone on his Samsung Galaxy A50 smartphone. Spirits are allegedly able to use white noise in order to speak to the living. Some speculate that the spirits may be manipulating the sound waves from the static in order to produce noise. The Perilous ITC application promises to be a free alternative to the Ovilus device used on the television series Ghost Adventures, both of which use a variation of environmental readings to produce words. It is through a combination of these tools Dakota hopes provide any potential visitors from beyond an easy way to communicate and respond.
However, it should be noted that such experiments are never guaranteed to work thanks to the complex nature of the supernatural and anomalies within quantum theories believed to be the underlying cause of genuine paranormal reports. Such factors are only exaggerated, being that the possibilities of literal angels and time travel are present in these cases, such as Dakota's Olivia paradox. It is also worth mentioning that you, the audience, would not be seeing this presentation if Dakota believed his experiments were failures.
When it comes to the divine, there's no way for anyone to really understand everything that's out there. The ways of God and the angels. Mankind has been trying to figure that out for years. I should know. I've been with the church almost 40 years now. And it wasn't until I met Dakota Franson that I truly knew the divine still walked among us. I thought I knew everything, to be honest with you. But Michael, about God, about heaven and hell, but even this, all I know to say is that maybe Dakota and this Olivia are gonna be the ones that figure it out. I guess it was only a matter of time. But unfortunately, as history shows, anytime a revelation like this unfolds, it usually means something bad is about to happen. May God have mercy
People think I'm crazy for doing this. But quite frankly, I think it's more insane not to be looking into this. The things I've seen defied all odds. Had it not been for this connection to a possible archangel, I would have been dead. I would not be alive today. I've died 3 times. A 4th almost came after I had to perform an exorcism on Vapula, a demon listed by King Solomon, who's also considered to be a Nephilim. This allowed me to defy odds in places I never expected. And it has made it to where anytime there's a genuine demonic threat, the second I am involved, because of this connection to Michael, the threat is over when I step in. And people think I'm just trying to fill some void, trying to figure out who the living mother is. Yes, that is part of it. But the truth is, when it comes to the supernatural, it involves potentially killing someone, watching people die and somehow wait for them to come back to life in order to find out what the hell is going on. I've lost too many people in this field. I've lost my own life a few occasions. This is to find out why that's possible. This is to find out how it's possible. Because all indications mean that my daughter is coming. Olivia is coming. And when she does, it means my life may officially be over. It means my daughter may get hurt in ways I cannot help her. So be damn lazy of me not to try. A lot of people don't even realize what I mean. It has been noted that psychic abilities manifest with head trauma through domestic violence. I've had all of that. That would be enough for some people to disclaim everything I presented in this video. But I stick by my story. I know for a fact something is wrong. Something big is coming. But then why should I waste my breath? How about I finally let you hear the tapes? Let you listen for yourself. Because this is big. Bigger than anybody's ever realized. October 2nd, 2020. EVP test 1.
ITC Legion Perilous loaded. Scanning.
Is there anybody in here willing to talk to me tonight? I would like to speak to her. Whoever's trying to come through the spirit box, can you speak a little louder, please?
Grandpa, if you're here, if it's possible, can you help me out? Focus on me. Focus on the sound of my voice. Come to me.
Manifest. Beneath.
Beneath what?
Wings.
Michael? Is Michael here? Oh, that's not... Whoa, I just got lightheaded. Michael, is that you? Michael, Olivia, Grandpa, any of you, talk to me. Michael. Olivia, is that your mother? Is that your mother's name? Michael, please protect Olivia. How old are you, Olivia? Olivia, it's okay to talk to me. I want to see you, baby girl. You helped me watch it, remember? You give me something to tell me that you're here as well? Olivia. Okay, how about this? Have I already met your mother? Olivia, can your mom see things just like us? Does she have powers? Can you tell me who your mom is? Or is that Olivia's mom's name? Today
It is October 3rd. Is there anybody in here willing to talk with me this evening? Can you please give me something to identify yourself with? Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me your mom's name? Come closer, speak louder so I can hear you. All of a sudden I'm feeling heavy. Getting a little lightheaded right now. Someone's here. Michael, the Archangel, Saint Michael, Prince Michael, are you here?
Us.
I know you're here. I can feel you. Come talk to me. This is heavy.
With you.
I'm feeling this heavy sensation right now. I'm not alone right now. Olivia? What the hell? Olivia, are you in the closet right now? Oh my god. Yeah, baby, I see you.
Itself.
See you, baby girl. It's okay. Come on out. You can hear. It's okay.
Different.
Different? What's the matter? You know, I look different from last time you saw me. But trust me, I'm still daddy.
Float.
You know, can you float towards daddy?
Come here. It's okay. Something is touching my hand. God, I wish I had been able to record this. If something is touching my hand right now. God, it's her. Who is Olivia's mother? What did it say? I can't tell you. And Michael, was that actually you that I saw that day? Or did you send someone in your place? What the fuck? Is this Olivia? Is it Michael? I hate to interrupt any conversations that you're having, but Michael, or Grandpa, or Olivia, I know I keep asking this, but why did you guys save me? Olivia.
Dad. December.
What's going to happen this December?
It's currently day 7. I missed a day of reporting because not much has happened in that time frame. I'm trying to keep myself still enough to be able to communicate this clearly, but I started this case in order to find some answers, but now it's taken a turn. Out of respect for the people involved, I can't go into too much detail. But hellhounds. It's currently January 16th, 2021. There was a third test that I initially planned to feature, but for some reason that footage got destroyed. So, I made a vow. If I were ever to get my hands on better equipment, when I got my hands on better equipment, I would come back to this. See if I can get clearer answers from my daughter. And that, well, took a little bit for it to take place, but it happened. I came into possession of a portal device. For those of you who don't know, it is a series of pedals and an amplifier meant to help condition spirit box outputs, to make those spirits' voices come out clear. And I also joined a team called Parachills, and they introduced me to some new methods to try out. A necrophonic app, which is essentially a portable spirit box app that tends to provide some interesting results. So the plan here is to run us SB7 through the portal and the necrophonic all at once. See what happens. This is experiment number 4. Let's see if my daughter decides to play this time. Or maybe even Michael. Is there anybody in here that would like to speak to me? My name is Dakota Franson. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I just want to talk. I have a couple of devices here that will help me hear you. I would like to speak to my daughter Olivia, if that's possible. Olivia, are you here? Olivia, are you here? Yes or no? I keep hearing a no and I keep hearing a yes. Which is it? Michael, the Archangel, are you here? Can you tell me your name, whoever's speaking to me right now? Shania. It's been a long time since I heard that name. She was one of the only people in the world who truly understood what went on inside my head. I couldn't believe it. She was something else. She was perhaps one of the only people who truly understood me. And there was a time when we were planning our lives together, plotted to save the world. But she was taken from me before I had the chance. But that wasn't the part that broke my heart the most. What is your name, please? Michael the Archangel. Can you come forward, please? Are you here, Michael? Is Olivia here as well? Olivia, I would like to speak to my daughter. Please let me speak to Olivia. She's here? Olivia, can you give me a sign that you're here, please? Olivia, if you're here, can you please say Daddy? Say my name. Seems like there's somebody trying to come through the portal. I have a couple devices here that can help me hear you. I think we need to get some better amplification on you. Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I added a speaker so you can hear the necrophonic a little easier. Let's start over. Is that okay with you? One voice at a time, please. How many spirits are in here right now? How many? Five? Alright, I'm gonna go out by some names. And if I say your name, I need you to let me know you're here, okay? Alright. Thomas Roy, are you here? Michael the Archangel, are you here? Alright. Who are the other three voices that I'm hearing? Shania? John? John, that's you? Tell me your last name, John. All right. Is Olivia still not with us right now? Is Olivia here right now? Olivia, I need you to talk to me, baby girl. I have something to ask you. I'm pretty sure you already know what it is. What is your mom's name? Who is your mom? Olivia Hope. Who is your mother? I just heard a whisper in there. Shania, how are you doing? What's it look like over there on the other side? Olivia Hope. Can you tell me why did you save me? You don't have to apologize. Why did you help me? Michael? Prince Michael. Is it true you've been watching my family for a long time? Why? I'm feeling... Okay, the room is starting to get cold. Who was doing that? Shania? Listen, Shania, Grandpa, Olivia, everyone else who's here. One at a time. Is there something you would like to tell the world right now? What's your message? Things are getting kind of chaotic right now. Can you tell me why the world is so crazy right now? Why does it seem like all sorts of bad things are happening? Whoa. Alright, my body is being covered in chills right now. Alright. I just have a couple more questions for you guys, if that's okay. Is the world going to end soon? Is there a war coming? Okay, who was that? Did you just say God? Is God talking right now? Whoa. Is Yahweh here? Yahweh. Whoa. Yahweh. Are we in trouble? I have a quick question for you. Using this method I have set up right now, could I contact people from other worlds? You're already here, aren't you? Whoa. Here, aren't you? People are you? Yahweh. Are we in trouble? Yahweh. Whoa. Yahweh. Whoa. Is Yahweh here? Yahweh. Whoa. Yahweh. Are we in trouble? I have a quick question for you. Using this method I have set up right now, could I contact people from other worlds? You're already here, aren't you? Whoa. Whoa. Alright. If Yahweh is here, can you tell me why I was able to see my daughter? How was Olivia able to move through time? Who is her mother? Who is Olivia's mother? Who is Olivia's mother? Can you tell me her name? Hey, how it just went quiet there. Can you tell me Olivia's mother's name? Yes or no? Can you please tell me Olivia's mother's name? Have I already met Olivia's mother? Is Olivia's mother who I think it is? Is it? Is it yes or no? Okay. Alright. I won't ask about her anymore, okay? Is that okay with you? I don't need to know any more about that, okay? Did you just move my phone? Whoa. Alright, do you want me to stop talking? Do you want me to leave you guys alone now? Would you like me to leave you alone? Or would you like me to stay a little bit longer? Should I stay or should I go? Go? You'll still be able to talk to me after I stop this session. But I would like to ask you something real quick before I go. If you answer me this question, I'll end this session and I'll leave you guys alone for tonight, okay? Is that a deal? Alright. Was Valiant Thor a real person? Was Valiant Thor really from the planet Venus? Whoa. One last question, and I promise this is it, okay? Will Valiant Thor be able to talk to me using this method that I have going right now? Could Valiant Thor talk to me? Yes or no? Alright. Do you all want to say goodbye? Can you tell goodbye to the camera? Tell everyone goodbye. Alright, you're all free to go now. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for talking to me. Alright. You all have a good night, okay? Bye. Goodbye. That was interesting. I know there is no way I can prove for certain that I made contact with the Archangel Michael. May have made contact with my daughter from the future, or with anybody from the dead. It's still impossible to do that. However, I know for a fact that the science is there, the proof in order to verify, to validate the existence of life after death, heaven, hell, time travel. It's there. It's just that more people are going to need to pull off the impossible. When I do these types of cases, one of the first signs that I have that I've successfully made contact, or I'm getting ready to head into a hot case, is that for some reason there's technical issues. Third EVP session that was the most active was lost due to technical difficulties. The hellhounds in question were trying to warn me of the other sign that something active was coming. During this case, I discovered that a family member was putting herself into dangerous situations. In review, a close family friend was hospitalized due to suspicions of having a stroke. And while it may not sound negative, but I've also found out that I'm going to be an uncle. When these things started coming forward, I knew that I was on the right track. And Not long after I started this, an article started to circulate about the University of Queensland verifying that it may be mathematically possible for paradox-less time travel to take place. Meaning that Olivia coming back in time is only proof that I'm going to be a father. That no matter what happens to me, no matter the troubles I get in, I know as long as she still has yet to be at least conceived, if not born, I'll survive. But under the circumstances, that's part of the situation that scares me. It's well documented that domestic violence, head trauma, can seemingly activate psychic ability. And studies have been done to show that people who experience psychic visions, air quotes for lack of better presentation, people who experience psychic visions, their brain activity shows that they are having a minor form of epileptic seizure. Which is interesting because there is such thing as the Shiva helmet, the God helmet, where it is said to artificially enhance those brainwaves in order to trigger psychic visions, near-death experiences, so on and so forth. Rumors spread that the United States government experimented with something similar for Project Stargate. Got to the point where they developed it enough to be able to perform psychic assassinations, which pulled support from the US Congress for it, which is why the program got shut down. There are rumors from Project Stargate that psychic visions, astral projection, and all those weren't the only things that the subjects could do. Subjects who went under extensive testing, experimentation, what have you, they seem to show enhanced abilities, superhuman abilities. Not only could they have psychic visions, seemingly see into the future, have some sort of clairvoyance, but higher charges indicated that there were rumors of telekinetic abilities manifesting. Some even stated that subjects could soon learn to teleport themselves. Even rarer occasions, if the rumors are true, subjects were able to create objects out of thin air. Starting with small, simple objects like little balls, just to keep it relatively easy. The science is there to validate everything I presented here. And you may think that I lied my way through this, that I've faked any of this. Editing was only done to try to enhance the audio to the best of my ability. But this is my story, I'm sticking to it. This is my story. My survival. This is inevitably who I am. No matter how hard I tried, no matter how hard I would want to, I can't change this about myself. And the hunt continues. As far as validating whether or not Olivia is my daughter, the fact still remains that there will be no proof other than the day she is actually born. While I'll admit that I've obviously falsely thought I found her mother on a few occasions, I honestly don't know who she is, where she is. There are people in my life, ladies in my life, one in particular, who I wouldn't mind seeing where something happened, where something might go if things happen between us, but nevertheless, I still have to let things grow organically. The hunt will never end. The further down the rabbit hole I go, the more questions that arise. But it's time for me to truly embrace who I am if I'm going to figure it out. My name is Dakota Franson. I am the one and only specialist of the strange. And if I had to say anything in regards to this, a lot of people have asked me if I'm somehow, or they didn't ask, they just flat out assumed I was someone special because of the things I've been able to do in my life, the things I can do. I don't see myself as anything special. Even though, with Michael's help, I was able to fight off a Grand Duke of Hell. And I'm thankful for him introducing me to Olivia. But a part of me still has to wonder, you know? And it still shocks me because so far the only other incident that he's remotely close to where angels personally got involved with the arrival of a child was the arrival of Jesus. I'm familiar with parents seeing their children before birth. It's just, I'm probably trying to split hairs here, but I've only dealt with one other incident. Only became aware of one other incident where angels were directly involved. Nevertheless, I firmly believe creation was started out of chaos. And taking the rumors of almost godlike abilities manifesting from people who were experimented on with Project Stargate, psychic abilities somehow being connected to epilepsy. What are the chances creation itself was merely a byproduct of a celestial's epileptic fit? And that's what we know as the Big Bang. And what if the young girls who were persecuted, executed, hunted down during witch trials because epileptic seizures were often considered a sign of demonic possession, what are the chances that society effectively wiped out a majority of the DNA which would create real life superheroes today? Some of my earliest ancestors were among the witches who died in prison. Stories of psychic abilities go through my family for almost 400 years. Hunting things, ghosts, monsters, gods. That's been going through my family just as long. there was some sort of genetic disposition, but it's also the fact that when I was a baby, my mother accidentally threw me into the ceiling, which likely started it off, being that my earliest psychic episode was when I correctly predicted that my little sister was in my stepmother's uterus before she even started showing signs of pregnancy. What if I'm on the verge? Again, I know I'm kind of jumping around here, but the point is, what if this situation with me trying to hunt down my time-traveling daughter and her archangel best friend that helped her do it? What are the chances that we find the secret to God because of it? That's certainly something else worth exploring now, isn't it? I guess I'll see you next time. Then. You all take care. The year 2020 has been crazy, and I want to thank you all for making it this far. If you have any questions, feel you need my help on something, don't be afraid to ask. Come find me. I don't let anybody fall within the darkness, because the darkness is me.